Hi, this is Kevin Pulowski, Product Manager for Techspray, and today I'm going to cover new products for the Play-Doh product line. Play-Doh is the go-to brand for quality tools for electronics, assembly, and repair. Products like soldering tips and desoldering tips and tools. These new Play-Doh products are engineered to increase your productivity. They include the new Play-Doh Sheer S extra strong cutter and the Play-Doh brass waterless tip cleaner. Let's start with the Play-Doh Sheer cutter line. These are high quality but low cost, low profile cutters for anything from wire and cable cutting to fine component lead trimming. They all feature the shear cutting action, which reduces cutting effort up to 50%. The classic 170 Play-Doh Sheer is a great entry into the Play-Doh Sheer line. It's perfect for everyday lead trimming with shear cutting action, comfortable grips, and spring back action. It's designed to cut up to 18 gauge wire and leads. The 175 Play-Doh Sheer safety cutter packs all the same features as the classic 170, but with the added benefit of the safety guard. This keeps leads from flying when you trim them. Think of a surgeon counting every sponge as he does his work. You don't want a stray piece of metal or wire causing a short in your electronic assembly. The Play-Doh Sheer 170 SD ESD safe cutter has the same features as the 170, but with static dissipative grips to prevent a spark from damaging sensitive components. The 170 LX for luxury cutter, has the features of the 170, plus high-end grips generally found on cutters costing $50 or more. They are designed for maximum ergonomics and comfort, plus they're ESD safe. The 175 LX has all the great benefits of the 170 LX with the addition of a safety guard. And finally, the 1755 Big Shear, our heavy-duty cutter. Unlike the others, the Big Shear is designed to cut heavier gauge wire and cable. All right, now let's get to our exciting new cutter, the 170S Play-Doh Sheer S. The Play-Doh Sheer S is our extra strong cutter. It cuts 50% thicker wire and has a longer blade life. Like the 170S has comfortable grips, shear cutting action for easier cutting, and that great spring back action. So what makes the 170S so special? It has a heavy-duty rivet and spring that can withstand stresses of cutting heavier material while maintaining smooth operation. The blade has a special grind that cuts over and over again without nicking. Now let's move all the way over to the Play-Doh tip cleaning line. Play-Doh is known for long-lasting, high-performance tips. But we also offer great products that help maintain your tips, speeding up your soldering and extending tip life. We offer Play-Doh branded sponges to fit the most popular stations like Weller, Hakko, Pace, and Metcal. Just dampen the sponge and clean your tips between solder joints. These sponges are made of natural cellulose without bleach and other corrosive additives. Make sure to avoid synthetic sponges, which can melt and damage your soldering tips. Even if you are religious about cleaning your tips, flux can still build up over time and reduce solder wetting when the solder just won't stick to the tip. Play-Doh tip tinner is used to rejuvenate those tips, bring them back to life. Just roll a hot tip in the tip tinner, wipe it off on a sponge, and your tip is shiny and ready to go. And now we have the Play-Doh brass waterless tip cleaner. This new tip cleaner removes excess solder and flux off your soldering tips without water. You just jab the tip into the brass pad in between solder joints. The mini brass coils scrape off the solder without scratching your tip. The tight coil structure prevents the hot solder from flinging back out. The metal is captured within the pad. This product is waterless, so you don't have to worry about it drying out like you do with a sponge. Also, water can thermally shock the soldering tip, which slows down heat recovery and potentially reduces the life of your tip. The new Play-Doh brass tip cleaner fits all the popular soldering stations like Weller, Hakko, Pace, and Metcal. Thanks for joining me on this whirlwind tour of these exciting new Play-Doh products. For more information, go to www.techspray.com or contact your Play-Doh representative.